Welcome back, everyone. It's Sunday sit-down time. I'm joined today by Dylan Kelly. He's an SEC baseball analyst, also a former Tiger himself. Dylan, first, just thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. I'm excited to be here.
Talk to me a little bit about, you were a Tiger at one point, and now we're getting ready for the Mizzou baseball team to head to the SEC tournament. Just looking back at the beginning of this season, did you expect that they'd be at this point?
As an alum, I think I looked at the program, and I know that Steve Beaser does a great job, and I know that they had reloaded, and then they had added some pieces in the portal, but had some a plagued injury season, and I hate talking about it, but the season goes on, and everybody has injuries, and I think that I think they're excited where they were. I don't think that they thought this was going to go like that, but I think they played well down the stretch to get them where they are.
Well, we'll start with the bad. Like you mentioned, the injuries have been a huge part of this season for them. The bullpen, definitely a part that has been lacking. Just what do you think they have to do going into the SEC tournament to kind of combat that lack of depth that they have in the circle?
Yeah, it's just a huge thing. As these games get tighter and the teams get better, the cleanliness of the game, and it's hard to explain that to the average fan, but the cleanliness of catching the ball, putting the ball in play, all these little T-ball things that you hear they're starting to get magnified down the stretch because every team is the same caliber as you or better with a better record. That's the things that you really need to focus on down the stretch so that the games that are going to be tight 2-1, 8-7, that you're always on the right side. So I would just say the cleanliness of the game for them because some of these teams and some of these games are going to be a small margin of error. So Missouri could definitely, and that's anybody too. So I think the cleanliness of the game.
We've seen a lot of guys step up on offense. Luke Mann, Ty Wilmsmeyer, Hank Zeisler came in and has made a big impact on this lineup. Just how are you impressed with them this season? And did you expect, looking back at the beginning, that the offense would be able to put up some of the numbers that they have?
I know. I'll speak to Ty Wilmsmeyer first. I know he's been a huge asset just to the program. I admire his work ethic, his willingness to play center field and play it probably better than anybody in the conference and not being a homer. But understanding that, and he pitches and he hits and he steals bases, just does a lot of things well. Someone that you want on your team. And then speaking to Hank Zeisler as well, I mean, adding him, guy's been in school, I'm joking, but he's been in school for 10 years and he definitely performs like it. He's been around the block. He's been to the lowest of the lows, and now he's in the SEC, and granted to him and credit to him as well. And Luke Mann, I know he's been around the block too, been here for a long time. Maybe struggled early, but who doesn't struggle in this league or in a big Power 5 conference? So he has made some mechanical adjustments and really been a spark plug. Really kind of carried Missouri down the stretch. I'm going to say us, but the University of Missouri baseball team down the stretch.
Well, when a lot of those guys step into the batter's box, I feel like we pretty much know that they're going to get a hit. But as we enter into the postseason, just how important is it for the bottom of the lineup to really show up in these games?
You're exactly right. And Coach Beaser's done such a good job of moving guys around. And, Dalton Varsho has been batting as high as third, which not that he can't right this second, but he had to because some of the injuries that they had and some of the production numbers. But the lower half continually, he's done a good job with matchups. And I know that they haven't got a ton out of the catching position, but recently they've gotten some walk-offs and some timely hits. So the bottom of the order's got to produce, like we talked about earlier. Just understanding that, these games are going to be magnified. It's not 1 versus 4, or it's the whole order in the bottom of the order is really going to have to come through.
You mentioned just how powerful this SEC is, the gauntlet of a schedule that we've seen Mizzou go through. They've had some big-time wins, but obviously they've been swept a few times, like this past weekend at Auburn. Just what does it say about not even their record, but the competition that they face? You can't just look at that record per se.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's 10 weeks of 3 games, and there's not really any time for you to catch your breath, especially with injuries. I know we keep bringing it up, but it's hard when you get hurt and you're not playing well, then you're playing well and people get hurt. So it's kind of a conglomeration of all that stuff, and the talent is ridiculous, and it's very hard. There's not a lot of weekends that as a hitter or as a catcher, as a player, that you could say, hey, I'm going to get 10 hits this weekend. You're trying to hope for maybe 5 to 8, and if you do, that's a heck of a weekend. And Auburn down the stretch, Missouri swept Georgia at home, and they go on the road. They haven't been a great road team, but I don't know if anybody is a great road team in the SEC. So Auburn was playing pretty well, but I will say this too, and just thinking about it, it's hard to beat a team. They beat them 3 times. It's hard to beat them 4. Baseball's one of those games where it's like reality TV. It's different every night. So, I mean, down the stretch, and they're playing the SEC tournament as well in Hoover, the first game is the most important, because if you don't win that game, you're going home.
That's kind of where I was going next, just having Auburn in those 3 games and then playing them in the first round. Do you think that's kind of an advantage for Mizzou, that they've already seen them 3 times?
I'm going to stick my neck out and say, give you a hot take. I really think Missouri is not favored in this game, but I think that, after them playing and getting swept, and I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. I think Missouri's got a good chance. Like we talked about, it's the first game for the lower seeds, is single elimination. So Missouri is going to expend every bullet they got, because they have to. There's no tomorrow if you don't win today. So definitely think Coach Steve Beazer and his staff knows that. So do the players. When you're getting that per diem and meal money down there, you don't want to come home early.
Seeing what they did this past weekend against Auburn, where do you think they got to kind of flip the script going into next week?
Just like we talked about earlier, kind of the cleanliness. I mean, they have played a good brand of baseball recently, but these tournament games, it's really, really, really magnified. It's going to have to be. Chandler Murphy did well last start. I mean, a lot of the pitching for Missouri has been pretty solid. Just, maybe some more clutch hitting, but that's anybody in this league too. Just continually to play well, because you only got 9 innings, and if you play extra innings, you never know what can happen. And it just down the stretch, these things are magnified, and it's just going to be the cleanliness of the game is the key down the stretch, in my opinion.
You mentioned talking to Coach Beazer a little bit this morning. Just what did he say in general that his message to the team has been right now?
I just think, like we talked about, it's so. I don't know if when you envision yourself when you start the season, you envision yourself being in the College World Series. That's your goal. That is your mindset. And then as the season goes on, you start to take stock in what you're looking at. Like, hey, we've had some injuries. We haven't played well. We got off to a fast start. Then we got to a slow little rut. Baseball is a game of runs like basketball, and understanding, hey, the personnel that you got and the protocol that you have to go through week in and week out to make sure that, we're progressing upwards. And as they did down the stretch, sweeping teams at home and winning games. I mean, and we spoke earlier, I said it's not the way that you wanted to get in, but you're in. And that's all that really matters. Just like March Madness, nobody asks you how you got in, but you're in.
All right, Dylan. Well, thank you so much for joining us, giving all of us your analysis. For everyone else at home, we'll have more after the break.